Hi, my name's coor-brow-obles, and a lot of people ask me, wow, Core, how did you get to be so really good looking? And I say I watched lots of Zoolander as a kid. Hi, my name's Core, and the people always ask me, wow, how did you get so good looking? And I say to them, thanks, Mum, what's for dinner? Hi, my name's coor-brow-obles, and people always ask me, wow, how did you get so attractive? And I say, what are you doing in my swamp? Swamp for the kids. Today I kind of wanted to go through my makeup because I did make my video on Time After Time. Did a cover of that, and I kind of showed the whole process in that. And people still don't seem to get it, so I thought I'd make a full video step by step how to do it. And if you still can't get it, I'm giving up. I'm not a makeup blogger.
Okay, let's just blast through this. Here's some concealer to cover up those little blemishes we all get. Some Stargazer white powder foundation, because you don't really need the liquid unless you're doing a Halloween thing. Next I take any sort of eyeshadows that I can pick up. These are quite cheap ones I found on eBay. And here's another palette I just got for Christmas. Eyeliner, it's just like a Goth essential, isn't it? And then some lipstick in case you're feeling a little bit rocky horror. Dirty brushes aren't essential, but mine usually are. You just need the contouring and the one sticky eyeshadow on. And this is a liquid pot of eyeliner that I like to use in the underbits. So starting off, using the concealer to just get rid of those little unwanted blemishes you don't want to show through the foundation. Rub it in. God damn, that face is perfect. When the concealer's a little bit drier, we go over it with the Stargazer white powder foundation. You can start with a liquid foundation if you want, but I'm pretty happy with my skin, so I just use the powder to sort of set my face a little bit, make sure it's all nice and even. Plus the white gives me a nice healthy goth glow. And now it's time to get started. I like to use the darkest red I can. You can see where my favourites have kind of just been eroded away. Let's stay away from the bright stuff, because with the white foundation it just kind of makes it too bright. You want to start in the middle and spread your way out, that way you get a nice even coating. I've got quite hooded eyes, so I like to mark out where I want the eyeshadow to stop, and then I can shut my eye and blend up into it. And then we do the underside. Start with just a layer under the eye, and then blend that outwards. And then same for the other eye. So I like to start with the layer that I want as the base, but then over the top of that I usually find a darker colour that I think would match. In this case I go purple because I found a lot of Halloween tutorials for vampires and that's what they used, and it worked. I like the look. Try not to poke yourself in the eye. So stick a purple layer just over the top of the reds to just darken the colour in the recesses under the eye, sometimes in the folds. And then I always blend out with my fingers just because it gives a nice even coverage. I also like to try and blend in from the sides with the darker shade, just so so when it gets to the top of your eyelid it looks like the brightest part is on top. It just sort of contours your eye to make them look kind of bigger. Okay, so this is where the way I do makeup starts to differentiate from how other people do, because at this stage it's usually where I start doing the eyeliner. Here I'm using the liquid eyeliner and a soft pad because I've got quite sensitive eyes, and it's got that nice triangle so you can control it better. And I just do the waterline of the eye. This is my favourite part of eyeliner because it gives it that extra darkness, you know. And make sure you go right into the recesses. Don't leave any white bits or pink bits. I've got really sensitive eyes, which is one of the reasons I started learning to do my own makeup in the first place, because I couldn't stand people at school shows doing it for me. So that's why I'm going to be blinking a lot, and I have to pull my face into all these weird little shapes to be able to do it. Next up is the pencil eyeliner, and I put that over the top of the liquid just to make sure it's nicely evenly coated and to make sure it's dark enough. Then I set the liquid with the black eyeshadow, so that goes over the top of the pencil eyeliner, which was more for smoothing, and this just kind of sets it in, and any fallout tends to land underneath the eye just over the top of the darker eyeshadow base. Gives you that nice dark smoky look. Back to the pencil again to do the top lid, and I have to really drag out my eye so I can make sure to get the whole layer and not miss the actual bottom of the eyelids, which I used to. This is a method I don't see a lot of people doing, and it got taught to me by someone quite a while ago. If you do a diagonal line from the bottom of your nose to the top of your ear, it gives you where the perfect flick happens. So you go outwards a little bit from the corner of the eye, following that line from your nose to the top of the ear, and that'll give you a guiding mark of where to take your eyeliner back over the top of your eyelid. Alright, looking good. At this point I can see how dark my eyeliner is, and I know how much more eyeshadow to put over the top of it, just to make sure the red really pops still. Especially with cheap makeup, you kind of have to go over it a couple of times. Next I use the eyeliner to mark in the actual recesses of my eyelids, just to give it a little bit more depth. And then a little bit of eyeshadow as well. Quite faint eyeshadow, because you don't want to make it too depthy. You're just giving it a little bit more presence so people know where to look. And blend with those fingers. Touch up whenever you need to. This is also the point where I start dragging the eyeshadow outwards a little bit, 'cause it's meant to be a bit more punk rock. You know, it's punk rock, it's goth, it's vampire. I just kind of want it spread out a little bit and not look too neat. Coming up next is the contouring, and you should really be using browns, but I saw this great picture of a pale goth a few years ago where they were using grayscale for their eyeshadow. So I take my contouring brush, I use a grey eyeshadow, knock out any excess onto my hand, which I'll save for later. And you want to take the line down your ears along your jaw. You can see I was marking out there where I'm going to do it. It becomes pointless in the end because I start dragging the brush down to make it look like my jaw's sinking in a little bit more. Next is on the chin under the lips. It's a little bit more prominent. And bring in the sides of the nose. I don't feel like I need to do that bit, but I like the depth look to it. And then along the hairline, and then rub it in a little bit just so it's nice and even. And then the lipstick if you're feeding it. I did it today because I was doing a full makeup tutorial, but I ended up taking that off pretty much straight away because that lipstick was way too bright. And no, I'm not going to smear it across my face because the Robert Smith comparisons are too much as they are. And that's the general idea of how to do my makeup. It works with pretty much anything that I wear. For this one I decided to go with my more Jim Morrison inspired vibe, you know, beads, fake leathers, don't worry, vegans.
And that's how you do my makeup. You can switch it up a little bit. I did a green one before where I swapped the purple for blue and the red for green. Probably do orange and use red as the base. Just basically try and get that dark color contrast. If you can look into your color theory, that kind of helps. Not that I really know anything about myself. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope that next time I actually have music content for you, because that's what I'm meant to be doing. Bye.
Oh, by the way, if you enjoyed the music that was playing in the background, that's actually my music, and there'll be like other videos on wherever you're watching this, Facebook, TikTok, whatever. But you can find me on YouTube, Spotify, SoundCloud, probably the moon by now. I've done enough of the advertising. Bye.